If I were to plan the perfect runner's trip, it would have good running, good views, and good people. And now that it's summer, it's time to head west to see if we can't find all three. This is a runner's weekend in Boulder, Colorado. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We have made it into Boulder, Colorado, in town for an ASICS launch event. Got lots of friends that are going to be here in town. We're going for a run now. It's less than half a mile. I've already got separated from everybody, but you know what? I think we're going to meet up with them right over there. Let's see. When I found out who all was coming, I put together a group chat so we could figure out a run before the ASICS event started. It was a little trail run that should have been nice and flowy as long as we didn't get lost. But this was a route that I made and that I was leading, so getting lost was bound to happen. Someone said that this was going to be a gravel path. Sorry. This is what happens when I pick the route.
Are you sure this is it?
I'm not. All right, guys, it has been less than a mile, and I got us lost. And now this is I think the correct way to get back on the path.
Brandon, let me get on the rock.
We'll see what happens.
And I'll take the photo.
So I'm feeling like a pro.
There you go. Is this runnable, Laura?
It's runnable! Runnable!
We were supposed to go that way, which is nice and well groomed, no rocks. Now we're gonna go up that way. That was the top of the hill. Now we're gonna hit the backside. And it should be nice and flowy all the way back down. Let's see how it goes. Oh guys, the backside of this trail is really nice. Isn't this nice, Tommy?
Yes.
Man, this is
Very nice.
So good. Look at that footwork! You don't know this?
This is how we came up. This is definitely it. Yeah, this is absolutely it.
We came up?
Yeah, this is what my watch says. This is it, yes.
I think so. Yeah, this is where we came
Griffith's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, they're kind of like corkscrews, almost like track spikes.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
We made it back to the trailhead. We survived. I only got us a little bit lost, but we're all here. After the run, I got showered up and picked up a pair of the upcoming Kayano 30. A shot some B-roll real quick so I could run in the shoe the next day, and then I shot a quick cameo for a serious runner video. It was a video for Global Running Day, and I thought the whole thing was pretty funny. Then it was happy hour on the hotel lawn, where I got a customized ASICS hoodie, and then we headed up to the roof for dinner. It was a mix of ASICS athletes, some of whom I've interviewed for, and some who I was just meeting for the first time. Some retailers were also there, like A Runner's Mind, Fleet Feet, and Columbus Running Company, and of course, my media friends were also there. It was a lovely evening. There wasn't a lot of vegetarian and vegan options for dinner though. So later, Tommy Runs and I and a handful of other folks went out for second dinner. We ate at a place called Next Door, which I had coincidentally already tried earlier that day for lunch with Robbie from Believe in the Run. Tommy had the cauliflower that I had tried, and I got the Impossible chorizo tacos. Very tasty. Guys, good morning. It is a little bit before 6 a.m. on Tuesday here in Boulder. The group run starts at 6:45, but I'm here with Thomas. We're gonna get in some leg work today. We're gonna go run on mags later. We're doing some leg work first because we're just silly like that. This weight room's a little bit small. I think it'll have everything we need. I've been trying to make a habit of getting into the gym for strength training, and so I didn't want to skip a leg day even though we were in the middle of a running trip. Thankfully, Thomas offered to join me so I didn't have to go by myself. Thomas's routine is a bit different than what I do, but he was happy to follow along. He did make it. There he is. Yo, what's going on, man? How are ya? Tommy Run soon arrived to join, and then there were three of us. I'll be making a leg day for runners video soon, although it's not so much going to be a how-to video. It'll be more of a what I do video, as many of you have asked for the routine. But I'm not an expert in the gym, I'm not a coach, and I don't want to be one. And I didn't even really know how to modify the workout when there wasn't a squat rack. Fortunately, between Thomas and Tommy's modifications, we were able to get some good work in. Alright guys, just finished up in the weight room. It's a nice session. So now we get changed up, and then we're gonna head on to, I think, a bus. And then we'll head out for a run. Magnolia Road is a famous proving grounds for pro athletes, NCAA elite, and non-elite runners alike. To get there, you leave Boulder and its 5,300 feet of elevation and go up a wildly windy road to get up to 8,300 feet. I was sitting backwards in this party bus and I have vertigo, so I was just about ready to vomit by the time we got to the top. And once there, we were greeted by a dirt road with infinite views and merciless inclines. All right, guys, we made it up the hill, running on Magnolia Road. We got a large group out here. We'll go for easy 5. Right, Robbie?
Exactly. Super easy.
All right, guys, we're back at the hotel now. Oh, I almost threw up in that van. Got so motion sick coming up and down the hill. We're gonna get some breakfast. Breakfast did look really nice, but all the burritos seemed to have sausage in them. So I had a couple slices of fruit and a mini pastry. And I did later go back for some yogurt and granola, which was probably the most delicious granola I've ever had, not including my wife's granola. We were all tired out from the run and just absorbing the warming sunshine in each other's company. But eventually, it was time to get cleaned up and start the day. Just got out of the shower. Now, we got to the point where we're gonna split up. Everyone's gonna be doing a lot of content with a lot of other people here. We've got appointments set up for throughout the day. Hey. And I'm gonna be helping out Laura Green real quick before my first kind of assignment for the day. And so I got a little bit of time, but first let's get some coffee. Laura asked me to be her camera guy for a reel she wanted to shoot, but I got my times confused and was downstairs at 10 rather than 10:30. So I took the time to work on an Instagram reel until I saw Laura come down from her hotel room in a wetsuit, apparently. It seemed like everyone in this hotel was up to shenanigans, even including me, because next I was going to be doing a live stream with the Kofuzi Run Club with guest Sam Long, a triathlete, and Lindsay Flanagan, a marathoner, and I was going to have them play a game of Name That Shoe. All right, guys, I just finished up the live stream. I thought that went really well. Thanks, Tommy, for helping out.
You done good, man.
All right, thanks, man.
Good.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it did. It was good, man. I think it was, you rolled there well. The game was awesome. You did good.
Well, we're going to have you on. I'm going to make it harder for you. We'll have you on next time. Sound good?
I guess.
You up for the challenge?
I'll be good.
All right. Cool. Stay tuned. We're going to have Tommy play Name That Shoe next time. For lunch, we finally had vegetarian options. I just piled my plate up high and mixed everything together into one delicious mush. I then did a quick interview with Nate Helming and Fleet Feet, and then it was time for a quick snack before my next interview with Emma Bates. I've now had the pleasure of seeing her race in Spain, interviewing her in Eugene, and cheering for her at World. I think she's doing great things for the sport, and it is always a pleasure to speak with her. The full interview will be up soon over on the Kofuzi Run Club channel, so be sure to subscribe over there to see the full conversation. Not everyone got a chance to interview Emma one-on-one, so she also did a Q&A that had the entire room both laughing and in tears. Then it was time for happy hour and dinner, and the beers were tasty and they must have been strong. Otherwise, I'm not really sure how to explain this. There was more Q&A with the athletes, which was a lot of fun to see, and I'm a firm believer that sponsoring an athlete is mere table stakes for a brand. Brands should be creating opportunities for the athletes to connect with media and the public. We're all fans of this sport, and we want heroes to cheer for. Guys, just got finished with a quick gym session with Thomas. Yesterday, he came along to join me for my leg session. Today, I joined him on his upper body session. Man, that thing was tough. My arms are gonna be burning for a few days, I feel like, after that. But now it's about 7:15, 7:30. Got a little bit of time before we all go for a group run. I'm gonna have some coffee here on the patio. here on the trail, about 2.25 miles in for our global running day, a run here at Boulder with the ASICS event. I think that past couple nights I haven't been sleeping well for two main reasons. One might be the happy hour beverages, but the other is I just think that with the altitude, I think my body thinks it's suffocating in the middle of the night. So I keep waking up like about once every hour after about like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And so, I'm pretty much gassed. Plus we're running uphill right now.
We turned around at the 2.5 mile marker and found Emma Bates on the way back. The weather was perfect and the downhill cruise into town was effortless. Good running, good views, and good people. This was the perfect running trip. Back at the hotel, we had one final breakfast together and most people started saying goodbye. I went with Thomas and Megan to explore Pearl Street, and then we had to part ways after lunch.
All right, guys, just finished a nice leisurely lunch with Thomas and Megan. Now I'm gonna hop in a Lyft to get over to pick up a rental car. I gotta get to the next hotel. All right, guys, just parked the rental car. Now I'm gonna head over and try to find an outdoor spot to do an interview with marathoner Sydney Gidabuday.
Sydney Gidabuday is a runner I've been following for a while. He used to run with Tin Man and now he's with Roots Running. I interviewed him a while ago and we talked about how he was thinking about moving up to the marathon distance. And he finally had his marathon debut a couple weeks ago in Ottawa. I was glad to catch up with him and talk about where he's at and what's next. This full interview will be over on the Kofuzi Run Club channel soon.
Just finished up with Sydney. Had a little bit of technical difficulties with the cameras, but hopefully footage turned out all right. Now I gotta hurry up, go get my bags from the last hotel, check into the new hotel, and then meet a serious runner and Sage Canaday for a run.
The plan was to meet Sage Canaday and Stephen Ganoza, a serious runner, over at Batasso Preserve. They said it was a runnable trail, which I think is a Colorado lie.
It's hail! Hail! Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, that's so loud. So just got out to the trailhead, met up with Steven and Sage. And as I was driving up here, we started to see some lightning. We thought we'd wait for about 5 minutes to see if the weather changed. It did change, it got a lot worse, and now we've got pea-sized hail. Woo! We're gonna scrap the run and head in for a beer.
Although I've been following his career and his YouTube channel for years, this was the first time I met Sage in person. This was a wonderful evening of good conversation with good people. I wish I would have had the energy to join them for karaoke later that night, but I had to rest up for one last day in Boulder.
Good morning, everybody. It is a little bit after 8:30 a.m. here in, well, I guess we're in Louisville, Colorado, just outside of Boulder. We're gonna be meeting up with Laura Thweatt in just a minute here. We're gonna go for a run. I am part of a media group called Relay. Laura recently also became a member of that media group, so we're gonna do a little bit of content for Relay today. But while I'm waiting, I got here a little bit early. I thought I'd get out here when we were farther away from the city to get a better shot at the mountains. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You ready for this?
As it turns out, I was not ready for this. Laura Thweatt is a Colorado native and a professional marathoner. We met for an hour easy, and I quickly found myself running at threshold effort while she was at the very slow end of conversational pace. One lady on a bike commented, based on the way that I looked, that we must have been running for hours.
Been running a long time.
No, just about 5 minutes.
The scenery and altitude were figuratively and literally breathtaking. And once again, I had good running, good views, and good people. A perfect running trip. After the run, Laura took me to a nearby coffee shop and I had the chance to interview her there. That interview will be up on Relay, hopefully very soon. I'll put links in the description for all these interviews so that they're easy for you guys to find. This was only my second time in Boulder, but it doesn't take long to see why professional runners love it here. It pretty much checks all the boxes all the time. Good running, good views, and good people. The food and beer scene isn't too shabby either. I leave Boulder exhausted but fulfilled, and I can't wait to come back.
Yo, what's going on?